Hello, friends, enemies, and those undecided. Will here with another 30 days of indie game development on my game inspired by Subnautica and Abzu. So for this month, I went ahead and did the audio sliders for the sound effects and dialogue and music, all that works. And then I decided to jump into making the dynamic music for exploration and different combat with different enemies. Menu setting sound, that's my cat meowing into my microphone. She's cute. Yes, I know. And then I tested that by adding my dynamic music to here. The music changes depending on if I'm next to somebody with dialogue, depending on what area I'm swimming in. Approaching the sharks triggers the action tracks for the dynamic music. It just works. And then here I was working on the day-night cycle with the weather system from the stylized dynamic weather package off the Unreal Marketplace, which works pretty good with fluid flux, but in a minute you'll probably see where it doesn't work. And then I also worked on the procedural generation paths from the Unreal Engine documentation. Anybody that is working on this, I highly recommend taking a look at that example project they include and then looking at the documentation that the technical writers put together, because it works for pretty much anything you would want to make, such as underwater coral pathways through different forests. And then I also did procedural biomes for forests and corals, and this is how easy it is. You just get your procedural generation volume and you drop in your nodes here exactly as they have on the documentation. And then once you have one, it's just a matter of copy and paste and changing out your static meshes you want to populate. So here I was just adding some coral meshes that I have. And then you drop that volume down onto your landscape. Size it to the area you want to cover. And then go to your procedural generation component and select the graph that you just made, and then hit generate, and instant biome. Works for everything. And then for giggles, I just wanted to add a whale so you could walk up and pet it and give it hugs, because whales are awesome, and this is a mostly underwater game after all, so you need some wildlife to interact with. It's cute. And see, here's what I was talking about with the stylized weather system. Made the water surface more transparent than it should be, so it kind of looks like you're swimming in the air, which is something that I fixed later on. But it's not 100% yet. And this is just me swimming around with the baby whales and then checking the underwater resources that I added to collect. Let's see. I'm gonna go down here, get some more rock. Whale swimming into the sky because it's broke. Baby whale. And then I started working on diving back into the water, because you got to have that. If you've played Abzu, you know you've got to have diving back into the water. And this was a lot of fun. After I got this working, I probably sat here for 20 minutes just swimming around like this, diving back into the water instead of working on the game. I was actually playing it for a good while. Even my kids love it, so it's pretty cool. And then I added the music to the underwater areas, and there's different ambient music depending on what you're intended to do. Like if it's a point of interest, you'll have a little bit more melody in it. If you're just swimming around in the open ocean, you'll have your typical ambience, and then of course the sharks will trigger the action track. And then I started working on the special attacks. So you've got your left bumper and your right bumper attack, which just decimates these guys. So I'm working on the combat overhaul. I'll be making it faster if I can, and it's been a great month. See y'all next month. Make sure to like and subscribe.